Hello, beautiful people. I am excited to be here online with you. As usual, trying to sort out the live on different platforms. So we're just getting this together. Oliver is helping me. That's awesome. Hello, are we live here? Is something happening? Nope. Here we need to still manage something.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No, something's happening here. We're live on Instagram. We're live on Facebook, and we're live right now on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me on this, masterclass that I wanted to give today. And I just want to explain again who I am, because I don't know if everyone that's joining me live on this call knows my name. So my name's Mahima. I'm the founder of the Mahima Mindset, which is an academy. We do on and offline trainings for the mindset, right? Getting our mind to think the way we want to think, questioning our limiting beliefs so that we can start creating the extraordinary lives that we want to live. So I really believe through personal experience that we're able to create outside of what the society is telling us is possible. So we're able to get in touch with an inner power, an inner being, an inner self, which when you tap into allows you to start doing extraordinary things, like things that some people might think are impossible. So I'll give myself as an example, being, at 22 years old, finding myself divorced, finding myself without the career that I, had started on, because when I got married, I left my career to live in Switzerland here with my husband. And so I found myself with a very young age, kind of in a very terrible state. Now, I know that some of you, with everything that's going on in the world right now, are not feeling as powerful as you want to feel. Some of you are in better states than others. And I believe it's the duty of those that are feeling better, feeling more confident, to be able to support and find your voice to help the others that are in need during this time to understand how they can get to a more empowered internal place. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I see Mina is there. Hey, Mina, lovely to see you there, Angel, on Instagram. That's lovely. Can see the names of the people that are on YouTube and on Facebook. I see Judith is there. That's amazing. And Catherine and Jenny, that's wonderful. Lovely to see you guys. And Tuche is also there. So thank you guys for showing up here and supporting this process of inner empowerment in the world, right? So going back to my situation, being young, divorced, pretty confused, and this is not a question of age. Yeah, this inner game has got nothing to do with you're young, you're old, you could be any age and come to the understanding that you're not in what I call the growth mindset. Yeah, the growth mindset. This is a very specific way of understanding yourself. In growth mindset, you prioritize differently, right? What's happening in the world today, right now, is we're being forced to prioritize differently. So the things that used to be or seem super duper duper important to us is now like, okay, where was our focus? Where was our priority, right? Some of us are finding out that we were prioritizing a lot on external factors and not enough priority on the internal game, right? And the internal game is, people say it's very personal. Yes, it is. However, we've got to be learning a game that we can all kind of connect and agree with. So I think that in the future, will be seeing a lot more of the conversation about the inner game will be spreading itself wider into the world. So this is not something for the alternative, hippie community, which I absolutely love, used to be a part of, meaning that I lived in a commune in India, and meditated for like 5 years straight, almost like every day, just learning everything I could about, my internal game, which allowed me to create extraordinary things in my life. It's the reason why, with even a very little education, I left school at 16. I have built a multi-million-dollar company that travels all over the globe, empowering people from the inside out. Our philosophy is non-religion based. However, we still have the topic of spirituality on the table and bring people from all walks of life, all nationalities, all different statuses in life, different educational backgrounds, to come together and connect as one human race, to find the language of love, what I call the language of love, that we can all speak, so we can start getting on and doing powerful things together in the world. So the game that I want to ask you to start playing during this time that you have, this precious time that you have, is to play a greater internal game. Use this time to discover who you really are. Use this time to know your inner peace, know love, know that everything you seek is already inside of you. I call these trainings "Now is the Time," because when I discovered the now, when I discovered to live in the now, when I discovered that in the now I'm planting seeds for my tomorrows, in the now I'm co-creating with this, universal energy and presence to create a life. In the now, you get to change and heal yourself. You get to transform yourself. So you're not, your past doesn't dictate your future. So that's why I call this series of trainings "Now is the Time," because, there's never been a more important time in the world to really ask yourself the question, what am I doing with my life? What is this all about? Yeah. How can I show up with more what I call grace, ease, and love in my everyday life, right? So that work starts always now. Transformation doesn't happen in the future. It cannot happen in the past. Transformation happens now. So I want you to get excited. Get excited about the opportunity being here now with all these beautiful people. I want you to take a pen and paper if you have one nearby and just start answering some of these questions in life. So, if I ask you the question like, what do you prioritize in terms of your focus? Yeah, your focus, which is what you get to choose. You can choose to focus on the negativity that's out there, all the negative news, all the doom and gloom and all that stuff. You can choose to focus on that. That means you're sitting there and you're filling your head with it from morning till night. The radio's blasting that news, or or you're digging into it on online and Facebook and just reading up about it all the time, which is okay. There's no judgment, but that's your choice. You get to choose what you focus on. And what you focus on is going to dictate how you feel. Yeah. And how you feel is going to dictate how you act. Right. So you are directly responsible for what you feel. And your feelings are based on your thoughts. Right. So if we hack fear, you want to master fear, then you need to change the way you're thinking, because that's where it all starts. So if you're thinking negatively, you will feel negative. Yeah. If you're thinking positively, you will feel positive. It's just as simple as that. But you get to decide, how can you think positively in a time like this? First of all, I want you to take charge. Take charge of yourself. Yeah. So write this down. Take charge. I'm going to take charge of myself. Nobody else is driving the bus of your mind except you. Yeah. You're in charge of what you put in here and what happens up here. Right. So I want you to take charge of that. That's something you can take charge of. Right. What are you thinking? Affects what you're feeling, affects how you act in the world. Okay. Fear is a thought that's on repeat. Yeah. Fear is a thought that's on repeat. So let's say you're afraid of getting fired. Yeah. And you just keep thinking about that. You can't stop thinking about it. You keep thinking about, what's going to happen if I lose my job. And that thought leads to other thoughts about, your financial situation and how you're going to, the school kids' school fees, or, debts that you have, and what's going to happen then, and are we going to have to leave my home, and then all that train of thinking obviously starts to manifest as more and more emotion inside of you. Yeah. So I guess enjoying this. You get there's Terry. I'm so nice to see you there. Thank you, Terry. Thanks for taking part and contributing. I see people are writing comments. Jenny's coming from Stockholm. Magda's from North Island. I'm not seeing a lot of comments there right now. On YouTube also not so much going on here in terms of comments. Guys, let me know that you're with me. Let me know that you're feeling this. I need to know you're getting this, and it's just like you're happy to be here and contributing in this conversation, because we need more leaders in the world. We need more of you finding your power now and choosing to operate with the highest vibrational frequency of love, wisdom, and generosity, compassion. No freaking out, no panicking, no going all crazy. This is just another day on planet Earth. And yes, there's a lot of things happening out there, but there's always a lot of things happening out there. Right? Normally it's not happening at our doorstep, so we don't really see the ugliness of what happens in the world, because it's normally not right in our own house, right? Because now we're like, here, we've got to stay at home. And so we're confronted as never before with what we've built as a society together. Yeah, what this world has become. It is confronting. Yeah. So it is easy to point fingers and be very busy with whose fault this is, or panicking about what may happen or whatever. But I'm here to ask you to step into your power, step into the now. Yes, this moment. This moment is what's real. The rest is a fantasy in our heads, right? You're alive now. You're in your body now, here, today. So just take a deep breath in with me. Exhale. A few more deep breaths in and out, and just accepting where you are, right? That you're here. Yeah. And in this moment, you've got two options. You can lean into some kind of negative thinking and feeling, or you can lean into some kind of positive thinking and feeling. So even as you just decide to take a deeper breath with me, just choosing to relax and become more aware of the present now and your responsibilities in this moment. Game changer. Yeah. Because most of us, we put our transformation into some future date. Yeah. We one day we're going to be more loving. One day we're going to have time to, reflect on what's the purpose of life. One day we're going to be able to have more fun, but not today. Not today, right? Today we got to take ourselves very seriously and, get caught up in things and get stressed out. No, that changing it's gonna change now because of this opportunity that we're having in the world to prioritize our focus. We've got no other choice than to wake up to the power of the now and understand that now is the time for any of your brilliance, any of your beauty, any of your light that you want to beam out into the universe, into the world. Now is the time for it. Yeah. So my challenge to you, if you're watching this, is to decide how are you going to contribute to a better moment in this time. Right? Are you going to vibrate fear, judgment, accusation, blame, shame, anger? Or are you going to relax and choose another thought, choose another feeling, choose another way? Not because you're trying to impress anyone, but because you understand that it's your choice. You get to choose how you show up in this moment. It is no one else's responsibility and it's no one else's fault. What is happening to you is your story. So you need to make, what can I contribute to changing? What can I do now? Okay. So let's talk about purpose. Okay, let's talk about purpose. In the meantime, I am going to ask if you guys have questions. I would love to hear them, right? So see if you have any questions about mindset training, about personal inner empowerment, anything that I can support you on answering. Now is a good time. Now I see here more. Catalina is saying exactly. Someone else is saying, thank you, Mahima, for taking us on this journey in the now. You're welcome. Deborah is saying now is blessed. Yes, it is. Like prioritize your focus. Living living a vida Marianne, I love that, by the way, is saying so true. So far just loads of agreements, but I want to know what your challenges are. Let's see if I can help you to untap any challenges. In the meantime, until some questions pop up, I'm going to talk about purpose, right? This now time is, I want you to think of yourself as a gardener that's planting seeds. Yeah. And if you have the grace to continue being in your body, because that is something that we should never take for granted, folks. I want to encourage you to understand that life is a gift. Life is a gift. Yeah. And so to wake up and just go, thank you, just to be alive, to be in this body, to have another day of untapping your brilliance, another day of creating beauty in the world, another day of understanding your extraordinary, is the gift, right? So in this time that we have a little bit more time on our hands, we want to be working on purpose, right? What's your purpose? Why are you here? Why are you here, right? Somebody's asking, how do you choose what purpose to focus on, or should you incorporate all of them? So Monica, definitely you can't incorporate all of them, right? So I have a very specific way of understanding purpose, right? So for me, we have two purposes in this world. One of them is to know thyself and to know your spiritual, emotional, and mental self in the fullest. So one purpose is to spread love and joy into the world by being the best version of yourself. So this is the most important purpose that we're not taught about in school, right? We're taught that the purpose is, get a job, get a nice, husband, get, a nice house, have some kids, and so forth and so on, right? So it's all driven by external factors. But I put purpose into two categories. The first purpose, and then there's the second purpose. There's the purpose of the soul, your soul purpose, the part of you that came into this world with nothing and that's going to leave with nothing, that's your soul. So there's the purpose of that part of yourself. Then there's the body purpose. Yeah, the purpose of your physical body, your vocation. Some of you are going to be teachers. Some of you are going to be lawyers. Some of you are going to be bakers and chefs. Some of you are going to look after kids and educate kids in mindfulness. So that's the purpose of the body, right? Now, in order to find the correct purpose of the body, right? Not just do what you learned at school, do what you've been doing all these years, whether you like it or not, whether you're stuck, whether you're confused, you first need to start working on your first purpose, which is connecting to your soul, connecting to your spirit, connecting to the part of you that, will continue its journey with or without this body, right? Now, it doesn't matter, we have a short time together on this call, so, whether we'll continue our journey or not is outside of the scope of this conversation. So when we talk about purpose, I need you to know that if you're not taking care of your first purpose, which is connecting to your soul, spirit, energy, you're always going to feel confused and lost about your body's purpose, your vocation. It's going to be very difficult for you to feel fulfillment on this, because if you're doing something which is not aligned with your soul, then you're going to fast feel stuck. Basically what happens in the world now, there's rising depression, rising chronic pain, rising breakdowns and burnouts, people disconnected because this connection to the soul is not prioritized, right? And even people are like, well, what is the soul? What does that even mean? I'm atheist. Now, this is not a religious thing. This is a human thing. I want you guys to understand, my job is untapping human potential. Yeah. So what I've been doing and what I do is help people understand the potential that's inside of them. I want you to think of it as a seed that hasn't been watered, that, or hasn't been put into the earth and taken care of, can't sprout, can't grow into a huge apple tree, bearing beautiful fruits on it, right? So a seed is in the raw potential state, right? So when we untap the potential, the growth starts to happen. Call it growth mindset, right? So in order to untap your potential, you need to understand. You need to first ask the question, who am I? Who am I? And presence in the now are part of untapping your potential. The people that can succeed in life are coached to be present. Think about it. Think about this. If you are, think about the athletes operating at the highest level. They get mindset training because they know, the coach knows that if their mind ain't right, they're not going to be able to perform properly. Right? And the same thing with musicians or, with any high performers, they all know they've got to have that. They've got to get their mind into the right game to play the game at the highest potential, right? So understanding that meditation is a way to connect to your soul in order for you to start, let's say, breaking down some of the limiting beliefs that you have, right? So as you start to learn how to control your mind with tools like meditation, visualization, right? You start hypnosis, visualization, meditation. All of these allow you to start understanding that you can have control of what's happening in here, as opposed to your mind controlling you. Yeah, your mind telling you things like, don't do this, don't do that. You've got to feel like this, you got to feel like that, and you have no control, right? You're just the victim of your freaking mind. So I hope you guys are understanding the importance of taking charge of your thoughts. Therefore, it takes charge of your feelings. Therefore, it takes charge of your actions. And so when you talk about purpose, what's your purpose? The first purpose is to be the best version of yourself in the here and now, and that takes work. It takes effort. It takes focus. It takes a decision to do it again. And it's not a done off. It's a lifelong mission. Yeah. It's going to go on for the rest of your life, because you're going to have opportunities like this one, external crises that are going to show you the level of your development, right? And, being well, like being in your well-being, it's not just when things are going awesome and when life is great. Being in your well-being when things are, freaking like, looks like the world is coming to an end, kind of, and you still can stay in your center, stay grounded, stay loving, stay peaceful, stay grateful, stay blissful. This is when you know you've done some good work on yourself, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, right? So that's the game of the soul, to be doing that work, to connect to your power, connect to your inner well-being, right? And that work, there's no shortcuts, okay? There's no quick fixes. However, the beauty of it is that your soul is whole and not broken. So it's not like you're trying to fix something, yeah? And to understand that part, you need to understand who you are, right? To understand that, I'm actually whole and not broken. So the part of me that feels like it needs fixing, the part of me that it feels like it needs to be repaired, is actually what I call your ego mind, yeah? It's your ego mind, that part that tells you you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not clever enough, you're not enough. You can't create abundance during a time like this. You can't create health, wealth, and well-being during a time like this, right? So that part that's, is limited in how it views the reality. So, so I hope I've answered your question there, love, which is work on understanding your soul and your spirit. Do that work on being able to understand how you can be grounded. And then as you stay in your bliss state and, in your joyful ease and grace, and start to move and operate in the world, being in charge of yourself, what will happen is opportunities. For example, if you're a teacher, yeah, now you'll start to think on a bigger level about the teaching game that you want to play. So you might start playing outside of the normal regulation. Like you might start playing the type of teaching game where 20 years later, kids are still going, oh God, I had one of the best teachers ever. She supported me to find my brilliance. She supported me because you came into that space and you were present in what you were doing. You were generous. You were full of confidence and love and joy because you were doing what you loved and what you're good at, right? So you just do it better. That's how people succeed. They succeed by doing what they do best with presence, passion, and focus, right? They're not doubting, am I supposed to be here? Yeah, Oprah Winfrey wasn't asking herself the question, what's my purpose? She knew what her purpose was. She knew what her talents were. And she just rode that wave and is still riding that wave up till today, right? So when you get clarity on a soulful level, that allows you to get clarity on the body level. Yeah, my mission in life is to empower people to be peaceful, powerful, and joyful in the now. Yeah, that's my personal mission in this life. As long as I'm in this body, I want to empower people to be peaceful, powerful, and joyful in the now. I use my skill of being able to facilitate transformation. That's the skill that I am developing to be able to execute on this mission, and that I've been doing since over 2.5 decades. I've been helping people transform from the inside to create magical external transformation. But you've got to do the internal work, people. And this whole situation is confronting us to do the work. There's no escape. Can't go outside, can't, escape from yourself. So now we've got to do the work. The two purposes. First, the soul purpose, become the best version of yourself in the here and now. And then the second thing is choose your path of mastery, I'm going to become a master musician. I'm going to become a master coach. I'm going to become a master business person. Yeah, that's my passion. I'm going to become a master race car driver. I'm going to become a master sailor, right? And allow yourself to do what you love doing and figure out a way how to make money from it. That's it, folks. You get to choose that. Yeah. There is somebody doing what you love doing and making a great living out of it. But because of the limited perception of what's possible, you maybe are stuck in a job that's not connected and lighting up your soul. Maybe you're stuck in a relationship that's toxic and not even close to the standard that you want, but you don't feel like you deserve. The thought is, I don't deserve better, so therefore you can't feel differently about the relationship and therefore act differently to get yourself out of there. So it all starts with you, and this is an opportunity during this time to create the life that you love living by facing the truth about your external stuff, like asking yourself the question, how excited am I to go back to work? Yeah. Am I fired up? Is this my calling? Is this my true passion? Or have I just been stuck? Have I just been on the road but scared to really ask myself these questions, right? But now's a good time to ask those questions. Yes. Yeah. Now is the time for transformation. Again, are you stuck in relationships? What about financially? Are you going around and around in a circle, like just stuck financially? Always the same stories, the same conversation, the same experience, and it just feels like this stuck record that just keeps repeating itself. By the way, how do I know this? Because that was me. Yeah, that was me not so long ago, okay, where I was stuck financially. I was stuck on the same stories, just like feeling like I couldn't get to the levels of success that I wanted to get to. I didn't know how to. I found myself continuously coming back to the same point, trying something, but it didn't really take off. It didn't really work that well, right? And what was missing was guidance. What was missing was help. So I took on the help of, you guys may have heard of these amazing coaches. I took on the help of Kane and Lesia Minkus, and within barely 4 years, they helped me to create 6,500% growth. Who was also supporting me is the amazing Lisa Nichols. Some of you might know her, right? I invested time, effort, and energy to spend around people that were further than me. And that is my secret of success in life. It's my mindset secret. It's the secret of everything that I've accomplished, is that I've invested in the training, I've invested in support and help, right? So if you're asking yourself, how can you get out of these things? Don't try to do it on your own. Yeah. Get somebody to help you, right? I'm not offering anything on this webinar, so you don't have to, run off anybody who's like, oh, they're going to start selling it. No, I'm here to be of service. But I'm also here to tell you the truth about my story and how I've managed to create all of this in my life. Because often we look at the success, and we all think it's sexy, and we're like, oh my God, $1 million company, being married for 20 years with a beautiful, supportive husband. We travel all over the world together. He's with the yin and yang and the power couple. We have an amazing team of people that are on us in this journey of transformation. And, we live in a beautiful place here in Moorgarten. Right now I'm looking out, I see, the sun dancing on the lake, and it's just stunning and beautiful. So we want to create all of this beauty, but we don't want to necessarily know the secrets. Yeah, the secrets. How did this happen? How did a girl from Zimbabwe, whose grandmother, my great grandmother, lived in a hut in Africa? That's where my grandfather was born, without running water or electricity. How does somebody, who finished school at 16, had to leave home at 16 due to not being able to handle certain things that were happening in my home at that age. And I felt I really needed to get out of that space and just escape from there. How did I get to create all of this? These things I'm talking about here, these are the secrets. Yeah. My first real shift was understanding that there's no shortcut in the inner journey, and the inner journey creates the external success. Boom, people, that right there, game changer. Okay, the internal journey creates the external success. So who's helping you in your internal journey? Yeah, I couldn't help myself. I couldn't. I stayed around teachers and mentors, and you can say now we've got the internet. There's all of this free information. It's all true, but I know that for me personally, being in a constant conversation with the people that had got to levels where I hadn't yet gotten, that there was what was priceless. Yeah. Seeing them unfolding their brilliance, seeing them living in their genius space, seeing them creating beautiful relationships, creating the lives that they wanted, seeing, oh my God, they can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And not only, they showed me how. And that's what my passion is to show other people how to untap their brilliance, like someone has shown me. So I want to thank you for joining me on this incredible conversation. Before we end, I want to just circle back to 3 things I want you to think around. I want you to think about for yourself, right? So we're working on the internal state. That's your purpose, yeah, the soul purpose, which is to be a peaceful, grounded, loving, generous, kind human being. You're not going to be perfect because you have the shadow. And the shadow is your ego mind. You're going to need to learn how to manage that, heal that, live with that, unpack that, and not let this control your life, right? So it's not all just happy days. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, understanding that you have choices through what you choose to put into your system on how you're going to operate on a daily basis. Once you start living those choices, you get to decide if what you're doing in the external world matches the soulful human that you want to be. And if there isn't a match because it's different frequency, here you're vibrating peace, love, and abundance. And externally, you're vibrating anger, victim mindset, pain, confusion, ill health, no money. This is out of balance. Do you guys see that? So how can we get the internal and the external to start vibing together? So what you feel externally is reflected in your internal environment. That right there is what's mastery level. That's what you need to figure out. And that's what you need to get support in figuring out. Okay. And I'm happy to support you with that. Now, another thing I want to talk about: love, growth, and contribution. Yeah. So that's how I'm going to end this masterclass. I want to talk about love, growth, and contribution. So love is who you are in the core. Yeah. Love is who you are in the core. That means love is the DNA of your soul. Love is what you came into this world with and what you will leave as. When you see a baby is in the purest form of self, which is soulful love, right? Even as a baby's growing up, you see a young toddler. It's just pure love. Yes, we need to support them with feeding them and taking care of them and all that. That's all true. But the nature of a child is pure love. And then we start getting contaminated by external forces and ideas. And that's what starts to create the problems. Okay? But your state, when you go back to it, your state is pure love. Yeah, that's who you are. You don't need to ask for love. You don't need to get love. You don't need to even give love. You are love. Whew. Right there. That was a game changer for me. Yeah. Because, for a long time, I didn't feel lovable. I didn't feel like I could trust others to love me. I could trust myself to show up consistently in my love. So when I understood that I am love, I don't need to make an effort to give, receive, be in the dance of love, because that love is who I am when everything else is stripped away. This creates a freedom. Yeah. This creates a freedom into your life. So I want you to start being the love that you are. Yeah. Understand that by connecting to your soul, connecting to your spirit, connecting to the wisdom that you were born with. Some of you are going to be listening to this from that place of knowing, even though you might not catch everything I'm saying, but there's just an inner vibrational frequency that just knows that the human being, however distorted it may have evolved, the core is love. Now, the other thing I want to encourage you to do is grow. Grow, grow, grow. This, what's happening right here, is an opportunity for growth. That's all it is, folks. It's an opportunity to grow, like you've never grown before, potentially, right? Because everything, not just this now and all of this drama that's happening right now, every minute is an opportunity to grow. Life is the teacher. Life is the real teacher. You get to practice in life what you've learned. Isn't that beautiful? You get to practice in life what you've learned. And that teacher, you can't fool that teacher. You either know 1 + 1 is 2 or you don't. Okay? Life is not taking any nonsense from anybody. Okay? So life is the teacher. Now you want to show your spiritual muscles, right? Your self-development muscles. Flex them now. Flex them now by understanding that the inner peace, the love and the joy you're looking for is not dependent on outside circumstances, events, or people. It's all inside of you. Yeah? You want home? Go home. Go inside you. Yeah? You want to feel powerful? Go home. Go inside you. Right? So that is why we're here. We're here to be love, and we're here to grow. Everything that's happening is for your growth. How are you going to grow through this? What's the biggest thing that's going to, happen to you? Are you going to grow into more loving relationships? Are you going to grow into a better, business that's more organized, because you're going to use this time wisely to really organize yourself and, get yourself really focused? Are you going to grow into, a more abundant version of yourself as you come out of all of this? What are you growing into? How are you evolving? How's this process? What do you want to have created out of this? Now, most of us love to think about the doom and the gloom, right, of what's happening. I want you to think about the things you're growing into because of all of this. And let me tell you, if you're growing into a more centered, grounded, and loving person, hallelujah, the world needs you to be that. So that would have a good thing come out of all of this. And the last thing, so it's love, grow, and contribute. Contribute to a better world. Stop talking about it. Stop complaining. A lot of you complain. You just, that your whole energy is taken into a low vibrational frequency when you complain about the shit that's going on in the world, right? And complain about this and complain about how you can't go out and complain about how this is happening. Like, drop it like it's hot, folks. Start contributing. Can you contribute a beautiful moment to your children right now? Can you contribute to a more juicy, connected relationship with your spouse, your husband, or your girlfriend? Can you contribute to, creating a nice atmosphere, in your family, in your home, because you're more centered and grounded and loving, and that will naturally start to kind of feed off the people around you. How are you going to contribute to a better world right now in the middle of all this craziness? Love, grow, and contribute. That's it. Those are the secrets, the secrets of a successful life. So that if you do find yourself taking a last breath anytime, any place, you've lived fully. You gave fully. You didn't stop. You didn't wait. You weren't asking for permission. You took charge of yourself, took charge of your life by taking charge of your thoughts, your belief systems, you took charge of what you feel, you took charge of the activities you do every single day, and you contribute to this amazing, beautiful planet we're living in. So that's basically what I wanted to share with you for today. I hope you guys have had a great time with me on this journey. I would love to take one more question if I could find a question that anyone might have. Someone is saying, thanks, Mahima. I'm still with all the advice you gave in London. That's awesome. Thank you, Joycey. Happy to hear that. Or is it Rose? James is saying something, waving. Nice to see you there, James. Katlina, no complaining. Love, grow, contribute. Yes, yes, yes. Ausa. Deborah Marson, lots of hearts there. Okay, I don't see, I would love to see potentially any question. Yeah. How to execute on any of this stuff. Okay, so love is the inner journey. It's your meditations, it's your gratitude, right? It's your gratitude. It's love enough to be present. Listen, practice listening, deep listening, deep listening to yourself and the people around you, and even planet Earth, right? Listen beyond what the radio says or the TV says. That's only going to show you one aspect of what's happening. You want to love this world, you want to love this planet, listen beyond what we're being taught. Yeah. Grow. Do something every single day that allows you to think, act, and feel bigger. Play a bigger game. Yeah. Get out of the victim mindset. Grow. That means you might need to ask your wife, I want to be more present in our conversations. I want to have deeper conversations with you. You might need to ask your husband, I want to have more intimacy with you, real intimacy. So let's practice this. Let's take half an hour every day where you listen more deeply and I create more intimacy with it. Like, do the work, folks. Do the internal work. Don't just cook, clean, and watch Netflix. Do some stuff that you feel I'm growing during this time. And, and it's not just spring cleaning. Yeah. The internal work. Okay. And contribute, just find a way that you can be of service and help. Yeah. Because you're so energized, because you're so centered, because you're so grounded, you can, from your overflow, how can I be of service? What can I do to support the planet, to support my neighbors, to support my family? And, because we're at our best when we're contributing, right? So that's how you can implement that. Thank you, guys. Somebody's saying, I have a vacation from my company. I'm wondering if this is the kick in the butt to all in conscious leadership and my work in this. I would love your advice and thoughts on this. So I got a vacation from my company. Oh, yes. I'm wondering if this is a kick in the butt. That's Mina. Mina, absolutely. The fact that you're asking this question means you know that there's something there, Mina, right? So you've got the answer inside of you. Yeah, you've got the answer inside of you and you know what the answer is. You've known for a while already. So now I want you to just keep listening, Angel. Listen to that beautiful heart of yours and you know the answer to this question. And, you basically asked and answered the question. So keep listening and keep acting upon what you hear. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to see what is today. I think today is Wednesday. I'm going to try to join again potentially on Friday. Yeah. For another one of these masterclasses. It's been a pleasure to serve you. It's been an honor to serve you. You want to be a part of this amazing tribe and community I'm building in the world, please go to the Mahima mindset.com. And I hope that we've been doing some work on our website. Let me just check that it's up and running, which, yes, it is. Okay, cool. So the Mahima mindset.com. Mahima spelled M for mother, A for apple, H for happy, I for India, M for mother, and A for apple. Mahima, Mahima. The Mahima mindset.com. If you're not already part of this amazing tribe of leaders that are working on the internal space to create beauty in the world. That's where you can get my Own Your Superstar ebook. You just put your email in there, put your name in, and then you're going to get our ebook. And then you can also just join us on any adventures that we might be doing. We do events in Zurich, we do events in Scandinavia, we've been to Vienna and Paris and London and San Diego. We were in LA, and we're just all over the place. So you can join us on our adventures. Thank you, guys. Keep spreading love, beauty, and peace into the world by doing the work on yourself. Take charge. Take charge. You can do this. And now is the time to take charge and lead. Mwah! Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. I hope this has been of great value to you, and I appreciate you for being with me on here and sending you all my love